Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eunice from SmartX Solution. Today's is like what our topic mentioned is all about e-invoicing. Okay. Today's we are very focused on the various e-invoicing scenarios and how we handle in our system. Because we already SmartX Solution, we already developed e-invoicing solution from the batch one since batch one until now. So in almost 1 year, we have implemented, I think, over 300 company that running now currently already running this invoicing solution. So every day we are facing some feedback from the scenario they're handling and how we solve in the system. So today, okay, we are very happy that we have Mercy here. Mercy is our training manager. So she will let you know that there's this scenario or illustration from the LHDN guideline, case by case, and how it's handled in Smart X Solution System Dynamo. Okay. Also in the chat there or in the Q&A, if you have any questions, you are free to type in. And then we have our colleague here at the back end. We try as much as possible to answer your queries or your concern on the chat. And yeah, and today this slide, later I also will attach the PDF in the chat there. You just download from the chat, then you can also refer it afterward. Okay. Okay, so let's start the section without further ado. We like to invite Mercy to take over the section for this one, and hopefully we can finish in 1.5 or 2 hours lah, for all the scenarios today. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Eunice. Okay, morning everyone. I'm Mercy. So, okay, today we will have some sharing about as the previous time as you maybe some of yours already attend the training webinar before that, but this time the training we will more to like sharing the scenario and the handling and means that some we will show you some the scenario and how to handle in our system with the scenario. So the topic that I will conduct is for today. So before we go through the training, so important thing I need to let you all know. Okay, as we know that battery e-invoice is coming on this July. So that definitely your system you need to require for the system upgrade. So that how do we need to know that about our system? Is it valid or compatible, or is it compliant with the e-invoice module? So that you may check with your if let's say you're not sure, you may check with your salesman or your sales agent regarding for this information. Okay, so that also same. In this part, one thing I need to share with you is the pictures. You see that this one like the contact card one. This one what is the function you in example you found that this transaction I already key in. I found that and already saved, but I found that they have some information that I need make it I have made some mistake for the information. So what I need to do is example I had make some mistake. So I go back to the customer profile here. I edit. I edit to the correct information. I edit the correct information. After that, I save it. Then I go back to the customer invoice. You click the pencil here to edit. Then you click this one. Retrieve. So the new information will be retrieved in the profile based on your customer profile. After that, also in here, what you need still have some information I need to share with. Example this one, assign document flow. Assign document flow will have two options, open or ready to submit. What do you mean by open and what do you mean by ready to submit? Open means that I just open it. I just set it and open, but I didn't do any submission. Means that the status is open. Ready to submit means that, okay, when the ready to submit, okay, means that the open, okay, if let's say the status is under open, you need to do the submission manually. Means that you manually do the submission by yourself. Okay, if let's say you want system to help you to do the submission, if let's say your status is under open, so system don't know that when your bill is ready for the submission. So what you need to do is you need to inform the system, okay, now this bill I already ready to submit. Okay, so when you're ready to submit, system, we have the process manager. We have the program called process manager. That process manager is a background running service. So this background running service will help you to working. Okay, otherwise you're not able to do the any submission through the system. Okay, this is the most important step that we need to do in the first. Okay, so so how do you check your version? So okay, example for the dyno mode. Okay, if let's say you're using the dyno mode, you see that you notice that this one. Okay, your dyno mode. If let's say your dyno mode, you notice that okay, the version is the top upper there. Okay, top the upper the screen. Okay, you will see that okay, smart dyno mode. Okay, example your version is V2025.1 build 00. This one is the a compliant version. Okay, in example, you found that 2023 or 2024.1 or 0.2, then that is not the compliant one. Okay, this is for Dynamo. Okay, so I show you the whole system. Hold on. You will give me a couple minutes. Okay, example for your post system. This is a post system. The post system interface 2 is post 2.0 is like this version. Okay, so that okay in the main screen when before you log in the password, you will notice that this one version. Okay, the version you need to make sure is version 202.1 or 2024.4. This one is compatible version. Okay, after that when you log in, okay, you found that the screen is like this. This is the interface tool. Okay, this one is the interface 2.0. Okay, so it will be slightly different with your current, maybe you're currently using the 1.01. That one is not able to support for the E-Invoice, so you need to upgrade to the 2.0 version. Okay, so that all of these things you need to check. Maybe you're not sure, you check with your person in charge or your maybe check with your salesman or your salesperson. Okay. Okay. After that, okay. Okay. So next. Okay, let's talk about the training for today. So today training we will cover for the transaction with the buyer. So what is the transaction of the buyer? We will show you maybe you purchase with someone else or maybe you have business with someone like your customer, then how you handle it. Okay, then e-invoice submission flow. E-invoice submission flow maybe for your consolidate like your retail shop, then how do you do the submission for your month end, or how do you do the submission for the LHDN to LHDN? Okay, then maybe how to issue the pay bill. Some of yours maybe you will issue the invoice once a month. Okay, how you issue the invoice once a month, like once a month payment like okay, after that, how you submit and to the LHDN. Okay, then how do you handle the disbursement, rent, reimbursement for your expenses to recover your things? Then your start claim. Then after that, self bill. Okay, cross-border transaction like the OC transaction. Okay, and then the e-commerce. Okay, so all these things, and also we also will cover some the maybe FAQ sharing that about okay sharing some the experience or maybe any some things that we have made before. Okay, during we implement for the first batch and second batch. Okay, so I will make some sharing with you. Okay. Okay. So next. Okay. So the start. So we start for the training for today. So for the first topic I will cover for is the transaction with the buyer. Okay, what is transaction for with the buyer? Okay, so here I have some scenario. Okay, this is the first scenario. Okay, example. The scenario is example, you are the Tina. You are the Miss Tina. This is the Tina. Okay, this is Makcik Rosa. Okay, the first scenario is the Makcik means that the perniagaan means that the business, the one who carry with the business, the annual revenue or turnover is below that 115K are exempted from issuing the e-invoice. Okay, example, okay, this is the Nina SQ. Okay, this is the Makcik Rosa is the seller. Okay, we said that seller. Okay, seller the individual who conduct the business, but their turnover is below 150K. Okay, so you're going to buy the something like example, you're going to buy the coin from this client, Makcik Rosa. Okay, for your company purpose, or okay, maybe for your catering, company catering or the okay. Okay, after that, okay, Tina is required e-invoice from the Makcik Rosa, but Makcik Rosa is exempted from the e-invoice because it's below 150K. So Makcik Rosa will issue a normal invoice, a normal receipt or normal invoice for the Tina. Okay, so after that, the Tina will get the receipt and or the normal invoice for the Makcik Rosa, what she need to do. Okay, some of you maybe you will think that maybe Tina is need to do the seller, but definitely is not. Okay, so because this Makcik Rosa is the person who carry the business, but they only exempted for e-invoice because their sales, their annual revenue is 150K and below. Okay, so that Tina, when receive the receipt from the Makcik Rosa, Tina no need to do the e-invoice, do not need to do the e-invoice. Okay, what she need to do is she only key in the receipt in the system as the normal flow transaction. Okay, like maybe payment voucher up or supplier invoice. Okay, so she no need to do the any e-invoice. Okay. Okay, so this is the first scenario. Okay, so that once you get the receipt, so okay, Tina is not required to do self-bill. Okay, you just key in the supply invoice or payment voucher as normal. So how to key in the supplier invoice? You go to the supplier module. You set up the supplier first. Okay, after that, you key in the material supplier profile. Then after that, you proceed for the supplier transaction as normal. So you no need to do any service. Just key in for your transaction purpose. Okay. After that, you save it. Or maybe you go for the payment voucher. Okay. Okay. After that, maybe you go for the payment voucher. Okay. This one is the first scenario. First scenario that you purchase something with the person who conduct with the business but lower than 150K, then the person who are exempted from the e-invoice, so you no need to do self-bill. Okay, this is the first scenario. Okay, so next, okay, the second scenario. Okay, so that the second scenario is, okay, buyer can request for an e-invoice at point of sale. Okay, what do you mean? What it mean? Okay, from here it means that, okay, example, this Tina, okay, Tina is the person, maybe you can check yourself. Okay, you go to the Kedai Electronic Smart Gadget. Example, okay, sorry. You can treat it, you are the Kedai Electronic Smart Gadget. Your customer Tina come to buy the phone with you. Okay, come to buy the phone with you. So that your customer is required you to issue the e-invoice for him or for her. So through the post system, because you are doing the retail one. Okay, so that what you need to do. Okay, in our system, if let's say you are using the smart you are using the post system. Okay, in our post system, okay, when come from the July, when you print out the receipt, okay, you will find that they have the QR at the bottom of the receipt. Okay, later I will show you how it works. Wait, okay. Example, you are the Kedai Electronic Gadget. Okay, your customer is come buy something for you. Okay, with you. So that, okay, you do the transaction as normal. You proceed the transaction as normal. Example, okay, you just proceed the transaction as normal until the payment part. Okay, so until the payment part. Okay, after that, okay, so the receipt will be print out. So in the receipt here, at the bottom here, okay, you will see that this one. Okay, with in the receipt will have the QR. So your customer is scan this QR, so it will get the e-invoice by themselves. Okay, means that they need to fill in like this one. I show you wait, I show you after they scan this QR, what thing they will need to get. Wait, I wait, you will give me some minutes. Okay. After they scan the QR, okay, they will get the screen like this one. This one, SDP. Which means that, okay, those you already subscribe for the e-invoice module, you will see that you will subscribe for the SEP, means that the front end e-invoice. Okay, the front end e-invoice, the function is like this one. Okay, your customer is scan the QR. So system will like that, link direct your customer to this link. Okay, so your customer what she need to do is, okay, if let's say she want to request the e-invoice under personal, so you need to click on the personal tab. It's let's say she need to require the e-invoice from the company, so she need to click on the company one. Okay, so definitely she need to key in the company information here, like the company name, company PIN number, company registration number. Okay, then contact number. Contact number is all the numeric, means that you no need to input the space or dash. Okay, then the email address, then the company address, all these things, all information. Okay, this is the company one. Okay, this one is the personal one. Okay, So personal one also say you can fill in, ask the user to fill in their customer company their personal name, okay, personal key, IC number, and all these things. After that, click to submit. Okay. Okay, so that you'll notice that what is this function use. This is for the example in our my text folder we have the how we call we have the QR. So for the QR you may ask your customer to scan the QR. Okay, so all the particular information will be pop up. Okay, will be populated into this screen. So that your customer you no need to key in all everything. Because that is the QR. QR means that the QR, the tax payable QR, they able to get it from their my tax in their my tax portal. Okay, this is their personal PNC one. That means that okay, so they able to scan it to get all the information. Okay, after that you click submit. Okay, system will ask you for the security something. Then after that you verify. Then you click to submit. Okay, so that your customer will get the e-invoice report within 48 hours. Okay, so this is the process flow for how the POS system handle the e-invoice. Okay. Okay. So as I showed just now, okay, you just in your POS system, you key in the transaction as normal. Okay, after that, have the QR, then you ask customer to scan the QR. Then you show out the screen that I showed just now. Then you ask them to key in, to fill in everything the required information. After that, click to submit. Then after that, when the email is ready, means that the e-invoice is ready, system will email the e-invoice for them. So they will get the format like this one. This one. Okay, this is their format, their valid format. I show you their valid format. Example, the format will be like this one. Okay. 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 So your customer will get the means that the e-invoice like this. Okay. It will be auto email to your customer. Okay. So this is the flow how it handle for the okay. How she handle for the e-invoice in the POS system. Okay, so this is the step. Okay. So third scenario. Third scenario, okay, example, buyer can request for an e-invoice after point of sale, but before month end of purchase. Okay, what it means? Okay, example, your customer, okay, for the POS system, means that for the retail one, okay, as we know that, okay, we able to do for the for the retail part, okay, we need to every month we need to do the consolidate e-invoice to the LHDN. The consolidate e-invoice is based on the monthly basis. Okay, but you need to submit you need to do the submission and submit to the LHDN before 7th of the next month. Okay, okay. Means that kurang before next month. Okay, next month, example like July. Okay, example like June. Okay, example now I want to submit the consolidate for the May, but the submission I need to do before 7th of July. Okay, means that before 7th of every month, each month. Okay, to submit the last month consolidate. Okay, so that your buyer, example, your buyers come. Okay, example, this customer come or buy the things. Okay, on the 25 May. Example, on 25 May. But after that, on the 25 May, okay, she didn't request for the e-invoice. After that, 28 come back with you, come back to you. Okay, he come back to you. Come back to you, then she requests for the e-invoice. So, okay, in this case, okay, they can, means that they still can able to get the e-invoice because because that means that this one, your kedai gadget means that you still not do the consolidate and submit to the LHDN. If let's say you already do the submission for the LHDN, okay, so definitely your customer is not able to get the e-invoice under their personal name or their company name. Because when we do the consolidated submission to the LHDN, all the particular will be filled in as the general public. Okay? All will be filled in as general public. Okay. So that if let's say they request for the e-invoice, then definitely after you do the submission, then they're not able to get their own information e-invoice. Okay. If let's say they want to get it, then if let's say they get before you do the submission, then they able to fill in all these things. Just ask them to scan the QR, then fill in all these things, all the information and their company keys. Okay, so this is the required before month end. Before month end means that before you do the submission consolidate. Okay. Okay. So before consolidate, you're still able to get the e-invoice. Okay. Okay. So the step is like just now we show. Okay. You just print the receipt for the customer, then ask the customer to scan the QR, then to fill in the information by themselves. Then after that, click submit. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay. Just now we mentioned that is before. Okay. Now we mentioned is after. Okay. Example, this customer is Nina. Buyer can request for E-invoice after the month of the purchase. Different is subjected to your personal your means that you subjected to your company internal policy. Okay. Okay. This is what it means is, okay, example, kedai gadget is you. Okay. You check that you are the kedai gadget. Okay. Your customer Tina. Okay, Tina come to last time Tina bought the thing from you on last month. Okay, example 15 of May. But example now is already August. Example July or August. Or July or August, Miss Tina come back to require the e-invoice from you. Okay, so that this is depend on you whether you want to give the new e-invoice or you need to reject it, but this one is based on your internal company policy. Okay, means that because when you do the consolidate submission, okay, Tina is not able to get means that Lina is not able to get the e-invoice is under their personal name or their company name. What she get is only will get the receipt, but the e-invoice means that we will get the e-invoice, but it's under general public. Whereby by the general public is not belong to their personal name or their company name. Okay, if let's say they want to get the e-invoice that you already submitted as consolidated, but they want to get the e-invoice as under their personal name or their company name, what thing you need to do is, okay, you need to refund the bill first. You need to do the refund transaction first for that transaction. After that, you need to create the new transaction. Then only the new transaction Tina able to request the e-invoice. Okay. So this thing that you need to mention to your customer when they come to the e-invoice error. So you need to let your customer know, okay, you want to request your e-invoice but you need to request your e-invoice before month end or before first of next month. Okay. Okay, so that you will tell them, okay, if let's say you over than this period, okay, you definitely you're not able to get your the E-Invoice under your company name or your personal information. Okay, this is the thing that you need to let your customer know. Okay. So far, okay, right? So I continue. Okay, so after that, the solution is like I mentioned, Tina buy a smartphone on 15 August, but forgot to request an E-invoice. When she returned on 10th of September to require it, the store informed her that they cannot issue the E-invoice because the purchase was from the previous month and the store already submit their Consolidate E-Invoice for August. Okay, so the E-Invoice must be required within the same month of the purchase, or they cannot be issued unless the seller follow the internal processes to accommodate the request. Means that if let's say they insist to get their E-Invoice, so what you need to do is refund the bill, refund the transaction, then after that you perform a new transaction. Okay, in the post system. Okay. Okay, this one is for the retail one. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, if let's say for Malaysian, okay, scenario 5. Okay, example like Malaysian individual buyer have the option to provide PIN or Malaysia means that IC number. Okay, what it means? Okay, if let's say example, okay, your customer Tina, okay, have to require the E-invoice from you. Okay, what information that you need require from them? Okay, if example for the personal, you need to get your personal PIN. As we know lah, your personal PIN, IC number, name, address, contact number, email. Okay, if let's say under the company means that you need to get their company PIN, company BRN number. BRN number is 12-digit numbering, no, not the old one. Okay, must new have the new one. Okay, company BRN, then company name, address, contact numbers, in email. Okay, only have this valid information, then only they able to get the valid E-invoice. If let's say the customer, okay, example your customer come, okay, she don't want to provide you the name, don't want to provide you the TIN, and don't want to provide you the IC number and all these things. Actually, the bill that you generate out is not a valid E-invoice. Okay, a valid E-invoice is if let's say need under his company name or his personal name, then provided with the key and IC number or the PIN number. Okay, this is only the valid key number. Okay, after you get all this information, what you need to do, how you need to do in your system. Okay. Okay, I show you in the demo first. Because for the post system, we already know they scan the QR, then after that they require to key in the information by themselves. But if let's say in the dynamo mode, how you handle it. Okay, so that in the dynamo mode, okay, what you need to do is you create the customer. Okay, you need to create a customer. Okay, you go to customer module, set up customer. Okay, so you create a customer. You create the customer as user. But okay. I find okay, example, you create a customer as user. Okay. After that, you key in the customer ID, customer name, address, all these things in your customer profile. Then after that, in your dynamo, you will notice that they have the new tab for the E-invoice. So you click on the E-invoice, so you fill in all these things. all the information. Key in all the information. If let's say the personal is, if let's say the A is the personal, then you choose the IC. So you key in this one is your IC number. If let's say it's under company, so you using the PIN. So here you key in the PIN number for the new one. Okay. After that, the key number, customer key number, customer name, contact number. Contact number must be number, means that numeric is number one. Okay, no space, no dash. Okay, no space, no dash. Remember, no space and no dash. Okay, all is double one. Okay, then after that, email. Okay, after that, if let's say they don't have the contact number, you cannot enter NA. Not allowed enter NA, not allowed. Okay, what you can fill in is you can fill in any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as long as have minimum 10-digit numbers, any numbers, or you can input 000 tens and above. Okay, max until 20. Okay, but you at least you put around at least you put a minimum 10-digit. Okay, 000 or any numbers. Okay. Okay, you're not allowed to insert any alpha word. Okay. Okay, after that, you key your email. Then, example, the customer is not have the SSC registration. So you not put an A. Then after that, their MSIC ID. If example, they don't have the MSIC ID or they not remember the MSIC ID, so you can choose from the. You need to choose from the this one from the list. Okay. Then you choose from not applicable. Okay, then this one address line Kuchai Lama, maybe your address means that your address, then address 1 2, then also the postal zone. Postal zone is also same, also the number one. Okay, maximum 5-digit and also minimum 5-digit. Okay, you cannot input alpha factor, only numeric, means that only number. Okay, city name. Then after that, state ID. State ID, you need to base on list here. You click this 3 dot. Then after that, you select from here. Okay, you only able to select from here. If let's say overseas customer, if say overseas not whether customer or supplier, then if let's say they don't have the step, then you just put at 17. Okay, and then even though for the country ID also same. Country ID, you also need to fill in. Fill in based on list here. You cannot add in because this one list, because all this country ID we are based on the LHDN. What the LHDN have, we will input here. Okay, you cannot add in any the new one, or you cannot delete. You cannot edit the code. Okay, because we based on the LHDN record. If let's say you create the new one, the record that you create the new one that not exist in the LHDN record, so that your submission will be rejected by the LHDN. Okay, this one you need to take note. Okay. Okay. So, okay, after that you fill in your information, after that you can save. Okay. Okay. So what thing with for this one? Okay, you notice that in the thin part here, okay, you have why have so many icon? What's the icon is function for? Okay, example, the key number that I key in here. Okay, you found that I'm not sure that this key number is it valid or not valid. So that how do I check it and make sure that the key number I key in is valid? So you can use this one, this tool, this star. This is like the magic one. Okay, you click this. then you click yes. System will help you to verify with the LHDN. Okay, if let's say you input the key number is correct one, so system will return you, the LHDN will return you this key number is valid. Okay, if example, you key the one is invalid one, what you need to do? Example, I key in this, but I need. Okay, you after that you will found that this one is the invalid one. Okay, so once you get the once you notice that your TIN number is invalid, okay, if let's say you notice that your your TIN number is invalid, what you need to do is I close this screen first. Okay. Okay, so that if let's say you example you found that the TIN number is invalid. So, one thing that maybe you can call your customer to get the new TIN number, or maybe they will also provide you the incorrect TIN number. Okay, so what you need to do is in our system here, you saw that this one binocular. Do you see that the binocular icon? Okay, so you click the binocular icon, whereby you need to provide the valid registration number so that this all the plot we already like the LHDN challenging. Okay, we already link with the LHDN challenging. Okay, so that the challenging means that you need to provide the valid registration number, no matter the IC number or the BIN number, or the record that if let's say the record all inside the challenging, we all LHDN is able to find it, then he will return to you. Okay, so you click the binocular icon. And after that, you click yes. Okay, so system will now we already able to challenge the TIN. Okay, once you're able to challenge the TIN, system will show as found. Okay, once you found it, then you click yes. Then system will help you to populate the correct TIN number. Okay, so when you go for the verification, will be ready. Okay, if example, you don't have all the listing. Okay, so you can perform if let's say your customer share you the means that all the particulars. Example, maybe your customer is provide you the the their QR, their tax payable QR code. So what you need to do is you see this one, the last icon. Okay, you click the last icon, then maybe you can load the picture, means that the QR. Then all the information will be auto pop up. Okay, this is the another way. Okay, but this one is need to provide. This will need to depends on whether your customer or your supplier is want to provide you this QR number. Okay, if they say they willing to provide you their tax payable QR number, then after that you can provide. System will help you to populate. Okay. Okay, after that, the key in the customer name. So that you see. Okay, so after that, you will key in the invoice for the customer. So that you go to the customer invoice, customer module, transaction, customer invoice. After that, you go to the customer transaction, customer invoice, then you key in the customer, you issue the bill as the normal. You issue bill as normal. You will issue mail, issue invoice as normal. Okay, after that, you key in your items. When you come to this, key in as normal. Then after that, save. Okay, so that it also saying in the customer invoice here, we also have the new tab. This is a new tab for your e-invoice. Okay, so that, okay, after we enable the e-invoice module, you will see that all the transaction have this tab, e-invoice tab. Okay, so that, okay, here you the information for your buyer is auto-populate. Okay, auto-fill in. Okay, after that, you go to here, you scroll down. Okay, okay, so that, okay, also same. Okay, in this part, okay, one thing I need to share with you is the pictures. Okay, you see that this one, like the contact card one. Okay, this one, what is the function you, in example, you found that, okay, this transaction I already key in. Okay, I found that and already saved, but I found that they have some information that I need make it I have made some mistake of all the information. So what I need to do is example, I had make some mistake. So I go back to the customer profile here. Okay, I edit. Okay, I edit to the correct information. Okay, I edit the correct information. After that, I save it. Then I go back to the customer invoice. Okay, you click the pencil here to edit. Then you click this one. Okay, retrieve. So the new information will be retrieved in the profile based on your customer profile. Okay, after that, okay, then also in here, what you need, still have some information I need to share with. Okay, example, this one, assign document flow. Assign document flow will have two options, open or ready to submit. What do you mean by open and what do you mean by ready to submit? Open means that I just open it. I just set it and open, but I didn't do any submission. Means that the status is open. Ready to submit means that, okay, when the ready to submit, okay, means that the open, okay, if let's say the status is under open, you need to do the submission manually. Means that you manually do the submission by yourself. Okay, if let's say you want system to help you to do the submission, if let's say your status is under open, so system don't know that when your bill is ready for the submission. So what you need to do is you need to inform the system, okay, now this bill I already ready to submit. Okay, so when you're ready to submit, system, we have the process manager. We have the program called process manager. That process manager is a background running service. So this background running service will help you to working. Okay, means that it will help you to do work for you. Okay, then the process manager will help you to do the submission based on the document flow here. If let's say your document is already assigned to ready to submit. Oh, means that system already know. Oh, so now this bill already ready to submit. So I'm able to submit it. Okay. So the process will be you can set by recurring minutes. Example, 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, system will help you to submit. Or you can pick the time. Maybe I just want to submit once a time. Maybe tonight, maybe 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Yes. Then we can set for it. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay. So this is the difference between open and ready to submit. Okay, once the status is ready to submit means that you already notified the system to do the submission for you. Okay, this is the auto submission work. If let's say you don't want system to help you to do the submission, you want to manual, so you need to change the status. You just need your status to be open. Okay, but if let's say that you say that, okay, every time I need to change the status to ready to submit, very, very very troublesome. Okay, what we can do is, okay, we have the function, means that, okay, each time when you create the new invoice, the status will be auto assigned to ready to submit, able to set like this. By the default one, okay, by currently the default one, the status that we default is open. Okay, let's say you need system to do the ready submit when the person in charge do the thing for you, then you just tell them you need this requirement. Okay. Okay. Then after that, all these things there is their information. After that, once you're done, the most thing that you need to take note is this part, buyer information. Okay. Then after that, you can select. Okay. After that, how you do the submission? You go to more, E-Invoice action, submit document. Okay, then you click submit document. Okay, so if let's say your information all is correct one, okay, so definitely there should be no have any problem. Okay, system will LHDN side will return you as a valid status. Okay, valid status. So you're able to get the UID on all these things. If let's say you found that it's invalid status, okay, invalid status means that this one means that maybe you have some mistake, your key number is not valid, or your registration number is not valid, or maybe you have entered incorrect format for your email, or phone number is it incorrect format, maybe you have dash space, or maybe your state ID is incorrect, maybe you key in other state IDs, okay, that not compliant with the LHDN one. Okay, so all these things will make the submission fail. Okay, so one thing I also need you all to take note is the email. If let's say the buyers or the supplier don't have the email, okay, example the customer don't have the email, you just leave it blank. Okay, just leave it as blank. Okay, you no need to key in any NA or anything, because if they say you key in as NA is not a legit email format. So system LHDN will reject you. Okay, so if let's say no have email, just leave it as blank. Okay. Okay. So this is the way how you do the submission for the invoice. So after you have the valid status, so this is the valid E-Invoice format. So you will get the UID, this one. UUID, unique identifying number. This one is written by the LHDN one. In example, you want to say, I don't want too long, the number is too long. But is it can change or no? Definitely not. Because UID, unique identifying number, is written by the LHDN, not written by the system. It's written by LHDN. Okay? It's written by LHDN. So this is the LHDN running number. They will give you one. Okay? Not you decide one. Okay, then after that, also have this QR. Okay, and this QR. Okay, so this is a valid E-Invoice. Okay, so after that, you may share this invoice to your customer. Okay, by email or by print out and send to them. Okay, okay, this is the way how you conduct how you do the submission for your E-Invoice. Okay, so this is as per I show you just now. Okay, go to the customer, create the customer profile first. Key in their all information, their TIN number, their E-Invoice requirement information. Then after that, go to the customer invoice. Then after that, key in and submit. Okay. Okay. This one is as I just now mentioned, ready to submit. If submit automatically, ready to submit, system will auto submit to LHDN by the process manager. Okay, if let's say your status is open, that means that you need to do the submission manually by yourself. Okay, So method 2, this one is an example like just now we issue the invoice. Okay, if let's say like with you means that also saying you ask your customer to scan the QR, then request the invoice by themselves. Okay, okay. After that, next E-Invoice Submission. Okay, example, submission of an E-Invoice can be done via my tax portal on an annual basis. Okay, this is as we showed just now. Example, you using the system, you using the post system and the download system. So you can create the E-Invoice, you can create the issue the invoice, then do the submission for your customer. Then after that, once the submission as per I show you just now, once the submission is valid, so you can print out the valid e-invoice and send to your customer. So your customer no need to key in all these things in their My Tax portal, or you also no need to key in all the submission from your My Invoice portal. Okay, all these things you can be done in the system. Okay. Okay. So as we showed just now, okay, create the customer invoice. Then after that, submit. Okay, okay. Okay. So then one thing I also need to let you all to take note. Okay, every transaction that you make after you save, you need to submit within 72 hours. Okay, this thing you need to aware and take note. Okay, all the submissions you need to submit within 72 hours. Okay, you cannot submit over 72 hours. Okay, otherwise your transaction will be expired, then you need to recreate it or you need to change your document date. Okay, to next 72 compliant hours. Okay, then this thing you need to take note now. Okay, after that, if example, okay, as just now we mentioned that if let's say, okay, this bill I already submit to the LHDN. Okay, if let's say I need to submit within 72 hours, but definitely you also can cancel it within 72 hours. Okay, example, like just now I already done the submission. Okay, so that maybe I found that they have some mistake. I need to cancel it. Okay, you can cancel, but you need to within 72 hours. Okay, if let's say you want to do any amendment after 72 hours, then no, you need after that you need to perform NCN to do the reverse the transaction. Okay, if let's say you want to edit the transaction, you need to within 72 hours. Okay, what we need to do is, okay, you go back to find the transaction. Okay, after that you go to more, E-Invoice action, yeah, cancel document. Okay, so just now I submit on today's month. I submit just now, so I still able to do the cancellation. I still able to do the edit. Okay, so I just key in click the cancel here. Then I put in I input the reason edit. Okay, any reason okay, you just input the reason. Then after that you click OK. Then yes, able to allow you, LHDN able allow you to do the cancel within 72 hours. Then after that, you will notice that the status will be cancelled. Okay, after that, you're able to edit your transaction. Okay, you're able to edit the transaction. Then after that, you save. Then you submit again. Okay, when you saw that, when you notice that the submission is in the submitted status. What is the submitted status? Submitted status means that I already passed the information, I already submit the document to the LHDN, but the LHDN side still not verified the transaction. So it will be under the submitted section. Okay, maybe after a couple of minutes, maybe you try to read then valid status. Okay, then for those transactions that already submit, you are not any modification. You are not allowed to edit the transaction. Okay? Okay, this thing you need to take note. In example, you want to cancel or cancel example. This document I submit on last month, 28th of May. So if let's say I want to do the cancel, then example you okay. See, you will notice that this one, okay, system LDN side will return you that the document cannot be cancelled or request for rejection. Because it already over 72 hours. Because the document status can be changed after limit time exit. So LHDN side will block you. For those submission that you want to edit or cancel, those submission is over 72 hours. Okay? If let's say you insist want to change for this document, then you need to perform NCN to CM back this invoice, then after that you perform a new invoice. Okay? Okay. So this is a method. Okay. After next. Okay. Okay, this is for retail one. Just now we show is for the B2B means that we issue the invoice one. Okay, we issue the invoice. Okay, however, for your customer, okay, for the retail one, retail one, okay, where the buyer do not requires an E-Invoice, seller is required to submit Consolidate E-Invoice. Okay, example, this is a September one. Okay, this is you. This is your customer. This customer when come to your shop buy the things, but they don't want the E-Invoice. They just request you only what you think is you also request you issue the normal receipt for them. Okay, but they didn't request the E-Invoice. So what you need to do is you need to do the consolidate submission by the month end. Okay? Okay. So by 7 October, Bobby means that the owner, the shop owner will perform the consolidate and submit to the LHDN. Okay. So how to do the submission in the system? Okay, if let's say for the retail one, okay, what you need to do is, okay, example, okay, the first thing you need to do is, okay, so this is your backend system. Okay, all the submission we need go for the backend system. Okay, means that the dynamic system. Okay, you go to the E-Invoice Malaysia here. You go to the transaction. Okay, first thing you need to do is this one, process profile. Okay, if example, now I want to create for the, okay, example, now I want to create for the, example, now I want to do the submission for the June. Okay, so the profile here is not have the profile yet. So for profile mean is, okay, means like the filing, okay, like the particular period transaction will fall into the I mean that the same period of the month. Okay. Okay, what you need to do is, okay, this one profile you able to create this process profile you allowed to create I mean that you can allowed to create for 12 months. Okay, you want to create 12 months also can, or you want to create one month by month also can. Okay, what you need to do is, example, okay, you go to more. Let's say you want to create the June, then you click new next e-invoice process profile. Okay, after that you save. And then after that you can continue. The July, August, and May, and so on. Okay. After that you create this one. Okay. Okay. In our system, okay, we have the E-Invoice dashboard. What is E-Invoice dashboard? E-Invoice dashboard is, okay, example, you click on the dashboard. Example, now I want to check the transaction for the January for the July one. Okay, so you click the process, you click the profile that you create just now. Okay, for the June. Okay, so you select the June. So you refresh the data. So here only will show the June transaction only. If let's say you want to view back for the May, so you click the period May. Okay, so here will show up the May transaction. So now I want to check for the June one. Okay, here you can able to see. Okay, open, ready to submit, invalidation. Invalidation means that in the submitted status, valid, invalid, not applicable, expired. Okay, what it means? Open means that just now based on our status, as I mentioned just now, if let's say your invoice is in the open status, so all the status in the open here will pop up, will show out all the transaction is pending in this tab, this status. If let's say your transaction is already in ready to submit, okay, so system will show in ready to submit status. Okay, definitely if let's say your transaction is already valid transaction, okay, it's valid transaction. So that when you click the valid section, okay, so system will show up these are the transactions that's already valid and verified by the LHDN. If let's say you found that the transaction is invalid, okay, so that you need to know which transaction is invalid, so you need to go for checking. Maybe you need to go for checking why this is invalid. After you check, then after that you make sure everything is complete, is okay, incorrect, is correct. Then you do the submission. Then the status mark in valid status in this one valid status. Okay. Okay. This one is not applicable. Not applicable means that I no need to do the submission one. Example, maybe I like my salary payment and all these things I no need to do the submission. So no need to do submission. So all the transaction will be show up in the not applicable one. Okay, expired means those transactions already expired means that already more than 72 hours. Okay, all will be displayed here. Okay, so that in this tab, okay, you see that you notice that open tab, I have around 22 transactions is not yet submit. So here you notice that this one submission remaining time. Okay, system will let you know this document is long lasting until means that the remaining time is until one. Okay, so means that okay, just now I create this one. So I still have 1 day and 6 hours. So I still have 1 day, 6 hours to do the submission. My remaining time still left 1 day and 6 hours. So here these are the remaining time that system will show you. Okay, so this is for your checking purpose only. Okay, so every days like example you rely on system to help you to do the auto submission one. I strongly suggest you come to the E-Invoice dashboard here, come to check once a day. okay, you better check once a day to ensure that all the thing is valid. Okay, if let's say you found invalid, so you need to take the action to do the further checking, and after that, do the submission. Okay, so this is the important one. If let's say you didn't go for checking, okay, so maybe you check once a week. So all the transaction, if let's say is already invalid, okay, so that it already over 72 hours, then that will be some troublesome for you. So you need to record all the transaction, then you need to do the submission. Okay, so this one you need to take note. Okay, summary suggests you check the E-Invoice dashboard once a day. Okay, so as we mentioned just now, okay, based on the scenario just now, okay, for those customer, for those buyer, they don't, for those retail customer, okay, how they do the consolidate. Okay, this one is dashboard. So what you want to do is for the consolidate, you go to this one. E-Invoice Malaysia same transaction. Okay, this is the dashboard. This is the E-Invoice Consolidate Invoice. This one. Okay, you click on this one. Okay, then you go to More, Generate Consolidate Invoice. You click Next. Okay, then after that, you select the Okay, after that, you select the period. Example, now I want to do the submission period for June. Okay, I select June. After that, you click Next. I want to submit for the customer cashiers. Okay, click Next. Okay, maybe you have multiple outlets. Example, you have multiple outlets. Okay, what you can do is that you tick it. Okay, you select your outlet. Then you click Next. Then after that, you click Stimulate. Then after that, system will help you to generate all the transaction here. Okay. by sorry by location. Okay, by location means that okay, your HQ has 17 transactions. Okay, need to do the consolidate. And then while for IOI have two transactions need to do for the consolidate. Okay, after that you proceed next, generate, then finish. Yes. Okay, so this two transaction will be auto-generate. Then what you need to do is you need to do the submission. Also same, you need to do the submission within 72 hours. So you click submit document, then you submit it. Example, you submit. Okay, so system will return you a status valid, then close. Okay, so the status will be valid status still. So what thing that you can print out this one. Yeah. So this is your Consolidate E-Invoice form. Okay. So if let's say example you have multiple outlet. Okay, example you have more than one location. So your transaction will be submit. System will help you to generate based on location. Okay, based on location. Okay, so this is for example. I have two location, HQ and LOI. Then this one is LOI 1. Okay, so this is your Consolidate E-Invoice for that outlet. Okay, so the thing that you already submitted, I just show you in your cashier side. Okay, what you will get it in your cashier side. Okay, you go back to your cashier. I just show you. Okay, in your cashiers. For example, I will these two that just now I do the consolidate and submit one, so that we can able to preview it. Okay, so it will submit to the information is under this one, general team. As I mentioned just now, if let's say your customer requests the e-invoice after you do the consolidate, you can print out this one for them. But the information is under general team. Okay, which means not under their personal name. If let's say they want under their personal name, then maybe you need to either you reject that or you just do the refund on the transaction, then perform a new transaction for that. Okay, like this one. Or else they only able to get the information like this. Okay. 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 So this is the consolidate. Okay, so this is the way how to do the consolidate submission. Okay, so as we mentioned just now, then we click the next. Okay. Okay, so this is the seller example. Like just now we submit on the example. If let's say you have multiple outlet, how do you do the consolidate? As per I showed just now. Okay, when the screen here. Here, you need to choose for the outlet. Okay, just only like this. But the process is same. Just only you need to select your location. If an example, your location is more than one, then you need to choose your location. Okay, system will help you to generate it. Okay, this is the way how you submit for the multiple branch. Okay, so we continue back to the scenario 9. Okay, so scenario 9 is where a landlord conduct a business. Where a landlord conduct a business, but the landlord is required to issue invoice to tenant, include utility charges issued to landlord. Example, landlord is you. Okay, you are the landlord. Okay, Omega Properties is you. Okay, so that your customer kedai gadget, electronic smart gadget is your customer. So that this customer is rent the shop from you. So what you need to do is, because you have to conduct the business, so you need to issue the invoice to the tenant. Maybe you got charge them the utilities. Then inside your invoice, you need to include the utility fees together. Okay, same thing. What thing you need to do is you need to issue the invoice. Okay, you issue the invoice. Okay, so that you need to issue the customer profile. Okay, you need to create a customer profile here. Wait, okay, so same. You go to the customer profile, then you click yes. Then you create the customer profile. Okay, after that, key in all the particular information like the TIN number, all this thing. Okay, up you customer invoice here. Then you click add. Okay, you call out your customer information. You call out your customer as normal. Okay, then after that here, you need to example renter. Okay, example I rent 1,000. Okay, after that maybe you have utilities. Okay, 500. Okay, so this is your customer. So I charge them. Okay, so that after that, same thing. Once this document is issued, so you need to submit within 72 hours. So you need to go for the submission. Submission as normal. After that, share them. Okay. Okay, so your invoice will be displayed like this one. Okay, after that, you share this invoice to Kedai Gadget to your customer. Okay. 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 As per we showed just now, click great and submit the short document. Then if this one is the just now we mentioned, okay, if they say multiple outlets, multiple branch, then you need to do the consolidate as per I show you just now. Okay, so in here, you need to choose your location. Okay, so the next I want to share is the statement or bill on the periodic basis. This one is maybe like just now we mentioned, you charge them once a month. You issue the invoice once a month. Okay, you issue the invoice once a month. You also need to do the submission e-invoice. Okay, example, this one, Kenny Delta Teco. Kenny received his phone bill from the month of October from his telco provider Delta Teco Sdn Bhd. Okay, Kenny required for an e-invoice be issued for his monthly phone bill on a monthly basis. Delta Telco create and submit Kenny e-invoice to LHDN. Okay, then after that, Delta Teco share the invoice to the Kenny. Means that Delta Teco is you. Okay, you are the Delta Teco. Kenny is your customer. So now you issue the bill is on monthly basis. Okay, once a month. Okay, so Delta Teco also same. You need to proceed the step like you issue the customer invoice, create the customer profile for this Kenny. Then after that, proceed to issue the invoice for your customer for Kenny. Then after that, do the submission to LHDN. Then after that, you get a valid e-invoice. Then you email the invoice to Kenny. The process step is same as just now we mentioned just now. That we showed just now. Okay. Okay. So you issue the invoice, same thing. You issue the invoice, then after that you do the submission. Okay, if let's say the e-invoice issue for the bill on the periodic basis may include adjustment to the statement bill from the pure period such as rebate. Okay, example. Tina is customer. You also say you are the Delta Telco. Delta Telco Sdn Bhd is you. Okay, so your customer Tina is a loyal subscriber. Okay, a loyal subscriber means that she also make the payment in order times. No have any late penalty or anything. So he is very loyal to you. Okay, so now you want to give her the rebate. Okay, so normally we give the rebate, we will issue CN, right? Okay, So in the same thing, for CN, once you issue, you also need to do the submission. Okay, if example, I want to issue the CN for this customer. So what I need to do is you go to the customer module transaction, means this one, customer CN. Okay, you click. Okay, this one. Then, okay, I want to write rebate one, discount lah. Discount. Okay, example, discount. Okay, example. I want to give this customer as discount. Being from payment discount, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Being from payment discount, from payment 10% of discount, blah, blah, blah. Or rebate, all these things lah. Okay. Then, okay, example, how much you want to give. Okay, example, you give the customer 100 ringgit. Okay, this 100 ringgit, you want to knock off with which document? Example, I want to knock off with this document. Okay, you just knock off. You just apply. After that, you save. As user, you save it. Okay. Also same. In the CN side, also have the E-Invoice here. Okay. Okay, what you need to do also same. You need to make sure all the particular you insert is correct. Okay, but you notice that the type here, this one, for CN, it will change to CN. You no need to change anything, but this is the system auto default one. You no need to choose. You no need to choose. Okay, so the system will show as NA. Okay, after that, you can yes. You can save. Then after that, you perform submit. You go to the mode, E-Invoice action, submit. Then click submit. So system will return you the valid status. So after that, you can share your CN to your customer. Okay, this is CN. Okay, so no matter what CN you need to perform, you need to issue. No matter you want to issue the CN for your return goods, or your rebate, or your discount, all the transaction you need to submit you need to submit to the LHDN. Okay, within 72 hours. Also say within 72 hours. Okay. Okay, this is the CN. Okay. Okay, so the E-Invoice type will be credit note. Okay. Okay. Also say this is the CN. Okay. Okay, you create the CN. Okay, this is the step that you need to do. Okay, after that, okay, this is the CN. Okay, so far. Okay, so I continue. Okay, the next topic that we need to cover is reimbursement and disbursement and reimbursement. What's the difference? What is the reimbursement and disbursement? Okay. Okay, we talk about the reimbursement first. Okay, reimbursement. Okay, a single e-invoice that include the service fee and the cost is issued the buyer, where e-invoice are issued to the seller. Okay, what you mean? Okay, perniagaan Adiba hire an event planner to organize their business product launch celebration. Okay, the event planner rent a hotel ballroom for the 30K for the launch event, and the hotel issue an e-invoice to the event planner. Okay, so that the event planner issue an e-invoice to Peniaga Adiba for her event planning service, and the reimbursement for the hotel ballroom rental as separate line item of the e-invoice. Okay. Event planner is you. You are the event planner. Now your customer, Perniagaan Adiba, come to find you to do the events. Okay, definitely you will charge the Perniagaan Adiba a service fee. Okay, maybe the service fee that you provide to Perniagaan Adiba is around 2K. But they need to do their event in a hotel. Okay, so you go to rent a hotel. Okay, the hotel cost is 30K. So that this 30K you need to charge back to Perniagaan Adiba. So you want to recover because the hotel is issue the bill to you, the event planner to you, for the 30K for the rental hotel. So you already paid the 30K to the hotel. So now I want to recover this 30K from the Perniagaan Adiba. This one we call reimbursement cost. Okay, because you help your customer to pay out first, then after that you need to back charge to your customer to recover your cost. Okay, so that from this one you need how do we handle this? Okay, we need to create two code, example, or two account code, maybe two item code or two account code. Okay, you go to in our system you need go to the inventory part here. Okay. Okay. In the inventory part here, okay, example, you create under stock code. So you create as normal, service charge. For example, service charge. Okay, I create under service. Okay. So in the e-invoice here, they have the classification code. For the service charge, I put as 022 others. But if let's say just now I want to recover back my hotel cost, right? So that okay, this is other charges. Okay. Other cost. Other cost. Okay. So in this other cost, okay, what you need to do is, okay, we have the classification code for the reimbursement is 027. You need to let the system know, okay, this is the reimbursement cost. So the classification code ID is 027 reimbursement. Okay, so because I don't have, I'm not the SST register, so I no need to input the SST. Okay, the SST will be auto set to 06. If let's say you are the person who have the SST, so you need to also same here, you also need to let the system know which item you have the sales tax and service tax. So you need to input the sales tax and service tax. Okay, for those means that you have if let's say you have the SST, then you need to do this. If let's say you're not the SST register, then you no need to do it. You just set it as 06. If let's say you do not have the SST, but your supplier have SST, but this one you also no need to set because this one is based on you, not based on your supplier. Okay, because on your supplier part, they will settle by themselves. Okay, this setting is for for you. If let's say you don't have the SSD, then you no need to do any setting. Okay, just put at 06. Okay, so this is the reimbursement cost. Okay, this is from the stock code. If let's say you didn't create the stock code, you create as a account code. Okay, in the account code, you go to the account module, set up chart account. Okay, also say you need to create two codes. Okay, example I create for okay, service charge. Okay, so I save it. So maybe I create another one for my cost. Okay, because I save it. Okay, so same thing in the chart account here, we also have the classification code. Okay, like example, service charge is my income, so I can put it as 0 to 2. Okay, if let's say you have any other specific item with classification code, you may enter it, you may select it. If let's say you unsure, okay, after you advise from you all these things, you also may advise from your tax agent. If let's say you unsure, you're not sure, then you may choose for the 0 to 2. Okay. Okay. Then after that, for just now I create one that this one cost of rental. This one I also need to change to 027 because this is not my income. This is my reimbursement costing. Okay, I select to 027. Then after that I save. So when I issue the invoice, okay, example I issue the invoice. Okay, 2K. Then after that, I want to recover back my rental cost. Okay, so 30K. Okay, so after that I save as normal. Okay, after that I save as normal. Then I go for the submission. Then after that I preview. Okay, sorry. I'm missing. Then we go to again. Okay, so you will see that they have two classifications. One is for 0 to 2 is your income. Then another one is your 0 to 7. So 0 to 7, actually, this is the reimbursement cost. So LHDN will know that, okay, so now that 32K is actually is 2,000 is your income and another 30K is your reimbursement cost. Okay, if let's say you didn't put it as means that the 30K you didn't put it as 0 to 7, you put it at 0 to 2. So since LHDN side will treat you, okay, this is your income for 30K. But actually your income only is 2K, but another 30K is your cost, not your income. So you need to let LHDN know, the decay actually is my reimbursement cost. Okay, so this will be presented in the LHD side here. Okay. Okay, after that you share this email, this document to the customer. Okay, so you key as normal. Okay, next. However, for the disbursement means that payment on behalf. So payment on behalf for the intercompany, you no need to do the E-Invoice. Okay, you no need to do E-Invoice. Okay, you just perform the transaction and key the transaction as normal. As normal, you key. Okay. Okay, so this is the payment on behalf. For example, DEF hire the HR team, hire the HR, then the HR will provide the issue and bill to DEF. Then ABO is the parent company for DEF, so it pay the payment to HR hiring on behalf of the DEF. So for the intercompany for the ABO and DF, okay, they no need to do the E-Invoice. Okay, no required issue the E-Invoice. Okay. Okay, this is the payment on behalf. Okay, so issue for the service rendered. ABC make the payment to hire on behalf of the DEF. DEF repay to the ABC, but no E-Invoice is needed for the repayment because no sale or service transaction is involved between ABC company and DEF company. So DEF company and ABC company just key in the normal transaction. Just key in the transaction as the normal way for the accounting purpose. Okay, such as CO or other payment or anything. Okay. Okay. So for this part, I'm going to show you the transaction. The transaction will be the normal flow. So next is your start date. Okay, the start date. If example, your employee are allowed to utilize E-Invoice issue under their employee name. Example, Bobby is the owner. Means that Bobby is the owner for the Kodak Electronic Smart Gadget. Mary is your employee. Okay, Mary is your employee. So Mary go out for the travel, maybe is like have the claim like petrol claim, accommodation claim, maybe food allowance, food claim or all these things. Okay, so if let's say Mary able to get the E-Invoice under company name, that definitely is good. Okay, if they say not able to get the E-Invoice under the company name, okay, but is able to get the E-Invoice under the personal name, means that under Mary, then definitely that bill is valid one. Okay, you is valid one. So what you need to do is you just receive it, then you just key in as the transaction, key in the system as the normal transaction flow. So you no need to do any E-Invoice submission. You no need to do any sales. If let's say, okay, the receipt that you get, if let's say the employee provide you the receipt that not, I mean that a normal receipt, you also key in in the system as the normal transaction. Okay, you no need to do any submission for the E-Invoice. Okay, you no need to do because Mary is your employee. Okay. Okay. Example like you buy the stationery from the popular, that one you also no need to key in the E-Invoice. You just key in the transaction as normal. Okay, after you get the receipt. Okay, like example like your salary. Salary for your staff, you also no need to do the submission E-Invoice for salary. Okay, but one thing is if let's say you submit the E-Invoice, example you issue the payment voucher for Kakak. Example, I hire Kakak. The Kakak is not belong to the agency one. Okay, not belong to the agency one, but that one you need to do self-bill because kakak not your employee, not your company employee. Okay, they just do the part-time for you. Okay, maybe like 1-2 hours, then I pay them. That one you need to do self-bill. Okay, if I say like the coroner, like the card, they don't have the key number, so you can use the general key. General key is 20, GT 20, but you need to issue their maybe their passport number or all this thing. Okay, then do the submission for survey. So later I will show you how to do the survey. Okay. Okay. So like for this scenario, if let's say the invoice all under your employee names or your company names or normal receipt, then you just key in the system as the normal transaction way. Example like payment voucher to pay out all the expenses. Okay. 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 Next, self bill. Self bill, as I mentioned just now. Okay. Scenario is buyer need to issue a self-bill e-invoice when purchasing product from an individual who is not conducting a business. Okay, like you purchase the service, like the card give you the service, so definitely you want to pay them the money. You want to pay them. Okay, this pay up you need to do self-bill submission. Or maybe you find the something with the example, the person who is not conducting a business. Like example, your salesman. Okay, salesman is not conduct the business. Okay, it's the individual person who not conduct the business, but you want to buy something from him, but he also not able to provide you any document. So this thing you also need to do self-bill submission for your E-Invoice. Okay, because you purchase from the but you purchase from the individual that not conducting for the business. Okay, what you need to do is okay, you need to key a self-bill. Okay, you can use the general team. If let's say for the personal who now have the key number, you can use the general team, but you need have their IC number for Malaysia. If let's say they have the key number, so you just key in their key number. Okay. If let's say general team only applicable for individual who don't have the key number, but they need to provide you the valid IC number. General team for 110, 10 only for Malaysia. Malaysian only. Okay. So I show you. Okay, this one. Okay, after you same thing, you create the customer profile. Okay, here you need to choose this. Let's say personal, then you choose the IC number. You need to click their key in their IC number. Okay, then generate. Generating you can use this one. Generating E10 GT set. GT10 is applicable only for personal who are the Malaysian one. Okay, then GT20 is for foreign buyer. Foreign buyer, definitely you need to collect the passport number from them. Okay, GT30 is for foreign supplier. Foreign supplier, overseas supplier. Okay, then 40 is for government. Okay, so you can choose for E10. After that, you key in their contact number, registration number, their name. After that, your contact number, then email and all these things. Okay. Then how you do the submission. Okay. If let's say you want to do the example, you create the supplier invoice. Okay, so you go to supplier module here. You go to set up supplier. Sale bill is suppliers. That means that sale bill is supplier invoice. Okay. Okay, so you create new. Okay, you go to the e-invoice here. This one. You need to take it as the sale bill e-invoice supplier. Is example, this customer, this supplier is, I want to do sale bill one like your overseas purchase, overseas supplier, or like your agent. Agent means that your dealer, like your dealer, I want to give them the incentive, all these things, you need to do sale bill also. Okay, then all the particular information you need to key in, you need to create their information here. Then after that, you need to tick it as sale bill e-invoice supplier. You tick it. Then after that, here registration is example under personal, then you need to click as IC. Then this is the IC number. Then if let's say Malaysian, then you need to input the GT10. Okay, if let's say GT20 is a buyer, then 30 is foreigner supplier. Okay, then GT40. So if let's say your supplier is overseas supplier, like example, you buy something with Taobao, Ali, or maybe you buy something with the Microsoft or Google. So we all are the supplier from the overseas. Then you need to choose for GT30. Then the BRN, maybe you can choose for BRN, the past two. Here you put as 28. Okay. After that, you key in their information like their contact name, their name, contact number, email, and all these things. Okay. After that, you save. Okay, I show you the sample. Okay, like this one. Okay. After that, how we do the transaction? Then you go to supplier invoice, transaction, supplier invoice. Okay, you click yes. You choose for the supplier ID. For example, let's consider the timing to cover. After that, you same thing. You go to the e-invoice here. So this is your supply information. Okay. Okay. Then e-invoice date. What's the e-invoice date? E-invoice date is the date that we submit for the e-invoice. Okay, example, my document is on maybe of this last month one. Okay, so I want to submit the e-invoice of this today. So the e-invoice date I can input here is today, date of today, but the document date for my accounting purpose I can put it as last month. Okay. Okay, same thing. We also have open and ready to submit. Same as the previous I mentioned. I explained. Open is yourself to do the manual submit. Ready to submit is some help you to do the submission. Okay, but the one thing is this one. Okay, if let's say example just now I got tick the sell bill that supplier. So when I issue the bill for this supplier, definitely it will choose for sell bill invoice. Okay, yeah. If let's say you choose for the other supplier that you no tick any, maybe like example like this one. The normal supplier. Example, this is the normal supplier. Okay, basically supplier like your local supplier, all they so a local supplier, all you no need to applicable for the e-invoice. Open the wrong tab. Okay, supplier. Example, listing company. This is my supplier, my local supplier. So I key as normal. So this is a normal supplier. So I no need to take it as the sale-based supplier. So I just save it. Those suppliers that need to do the sale bill, you only need to take it. Okay, otherwise you no need to take. Okay. Okay, after that, when you issue the custom supply invoice for the customer, okay, so that you will see that the status is automatic change to not applicable. Okay, for those suppliers that need for the sale bill, then it will automatically change to sale bill invoice. Then after that, you perform it. Then after you save, then you just click to submit. That's all. So you just submit. Okay, so system will return you a valid invoice. So here that will be as sale bill invoice. Okay, so this is your sale bill invoice. So you pay out for your calling purpose. Okay, this is the what they call the sale bill. If let's example you not issuing the invoice, supply invoice, maybe you issuing for the payment voucher. Yes, definitely our payment voucher also can do the sale bill submission. Okay, you go for sale bill, you go to payment voucher, then you select for others payment. Other payment also same. You key in your particular there. You key in your supplier, but mean that the information that you want to do the sale bill. Okay, you key the information. Then in here this part, E-Invoice that here you need to key in the information here. You need to manually input. Okay. Example like this one. This one is a maybe recurring transaction one. So I already create the information for this customer. In example, was Taobao. Example, okay. So I purchase Taobao. Then this is not expenses. Expenses. So in the E-Invoice step here, I need to manually input. Example, Taobao. Okay. Generally, I can choose for 30. Okay. BRN, I put as NA. Okay. SSD, I don't have. I put NA. Origin, NA. Email, supply email, don't have. Then it's different. Okay. Then this one I input as 2, 3, 4, 5. Last two, I put it as not applicable. Then this is a address. Channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Triangle. State ID don't have, you put as 17. Okay, country, then country you may put in China. Okay, supplier contact number don't have. If let's say don't have, then you put at least 10 number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. After that, on this thing you want to do, then I take it as sale bill invoice. Okay, I take as sale bill invoice, then after that I save. Then after that, I do the submission. Okay, so this is my sale bill invoice from the payment voucher. Okay, our other payment voucher also able to do the submission for the sale bill. Okay, if let's say for the local, then you need to choose for GT10 but the IC need the valid IC number. So this is as I mentioned just now, the payment and the framework. You're also able to do the sale bill submission. Okay, so next, same thing. For the business tender have issued the sale bill invoice or rental and utilities bill for if the landlord does not conduct business. Example, you are the smart gadget. Now Tina is your landlord, your owner. Okay, so that yes, the owner. So you rent the kedai with this owner, but this owner, this landlord does not conduct any business. Does not conduct any business. Yes, no, you need to do what the smart gadget need to do is you need to do the self-bill submission. Okay, you need to get the IC number for this Tina. Okay, IC number for this Tina. Then Tina will provide you example like the receipt, anything. Then you just keep for your tax purpose, for your auditing purpose. Then what you need to do is you need when you issue the payment voucher, then the payment voucher you need to submit as sale bill, as I show you just now. Okay, you need to submit for sale bill because this owner do not conduct any business. Next. So that electronic gadget is required to create and submit a sale bill e-invoice for the rental and utilities expenses. Okay, the example I show you just now. Either way, you can submit through the supply invoice or the others payment. So next is cross-border transaction. What is cross-border transaction? Cross-border transaction, so you just now. Okay, example, the Malaysian buyer, okay, buy the some service from the foreign sellers. Okay, maybe you choose like Microsoft service or maybe Google service. All these they are the foreigner seller. Okay, foreigner supplier. So all these things you also need to do the submission for your self bill for e-invoice. Okay, the method also say payment voucher, others payment, or supply invoice. Okay. Next, require to issue the self bill. Okay, then next thing. As I mentioned just now, this one you need to click supply. This one you need to click sale bill E-Invoice supplier. If the same person that you want to do for sale bill for supplier, then you only need to tick. Otherwise, you no need to tick. Okay, you no need to tick. This is the step. Okay, as I show you just now. Okay, even though for say from the imported goods, okay, you purchase something from Taobao, as I mentioned just now. Okay, this one you also need to do submission for yourself. Okay, but this one is based on the custom period date. The document date that you input, you can within 1 month based on your custom period dates. Okay, but the submission when you create the issue the invoice, you also need to submit within 72 hours. Okay, okay. Next. Okay, so this is the e-commerce transaction. E-commerce transaction, okay, what do you mean by e-commerce transaction? Like example, you have store in the Lazada, Shopee, TikTok, okay, all these things, the invoice that you sold to your customer, okay, you no need to do the submission invoice, e-invoice. You no need to do the submission invoice because the Lazada, Shopee, TikTok, they already help you to submit the e-invoice. Okay, they already help you to submit the invoice. But what thing you need to do is example like Shopee, Lazada, TikTok, like they will charge you like service charge, platform charge, or any commission. If they say Shopee, Lazada, TikTok, the problem, okay, example like Lazada, they charge you the commission. Okay, because you're using their platform to sell your thing. So they will charge you the service charge and the commission. Okay, if they say Lazada will issue you the invoice, so you no need to do any submission for yourself. You only key as normal. But if let's say Lazada didn't bill you any invoice, okay, then you need to do sale bill on this day. Right? So you need to do sale bill for the service charge and the commission that you pay back to the Lazada. Okay, this thing you need to do the submission. If they say they give you the invoice and they got submit, means that they got provide you the E-Invoice, so you don't need to do everything. Okay, you just key in as normal. Okay. Okay, the thing is same. Okay, same thing. Either you submit through the payment voucher or the supply invoice. The method is same as we showed just now. Okay. Okay, so next I will proceed to the FAQ. Okay, FAQ, this one is the general FAQ, that the frequent question that we are facing and asking by customer. And then I just sharing with you all the questions that we receive all the while. Okay, so the first general FAQ that we already asking by the customer is, let's say, if there any adjustment window allowed to the company to cancel an invoice submitted to LHDN? Yes, as I mentioned just now. If let's say you submit the document that you submit within 72 hours, definitely you have 72 hours to cancel or edit the transaction. Okay? To cancel or edit the transaction. Okay? But you need to within 72 hours. Okay? Does the company allow to editing the information after the E-Invoice has been validated by LHDN? Okay, so, example. Those documents that you already submitted, actually you're not allowed to edit. But one thing is you need to do is you allowed to do the cancel first. You cancel the document within 72 hours. As I show you just now, we do the cancel first. Cancel is this one. You go to more, then you do the cancel. This one. You need to open this one. If let's say, example, now the status is valid, in the valid status, so you want to edit. Okay, what you need to do is you need to perform cancel first. But cancel need within 72 hours. Only after you do the cancel, then only system will allow you to do any editing. Okay, after that, once you save, then you do the submission again. Okay, remember. Then after that, if let's say you want to any changes after 72 hours, if let's say you want to do edit any document that already over 72 hours, you definitely system everything also not allow you to do any cancel because it already over 72 hours. What you need to do is you need to do the credit note or refund note to adjust back the invoice. Then after that, you do create a new invoice. Okay, adjust to the original invoice that you issue. Then after that, you create a new invoice. Okay. Okay, so this is a thing that you need to take note you when for the E-Invoice era. Okay. Next. Okay, is there any timeline for E-Invoice submission? Okay. Actually, there have no any example. Your bill, example, you accidentally you forgot to issue the bill. The invoice is on January, but you accidentally you forgot. Okay, during end of maybe until August, you only remember, oh, I have one bill, but I didn't issue to the customer. You can issue, but okay, that thing you need to pay on your own risk because the invoice during for January, supposedly you need to submit during on January. Okay, but those documents that you issue, you also need to issue 72 submit 72 hours. Example, like for the B2C, also say B2C is your retail one. Okay, in the center, retail one is the consolidate month because you do the consolidate. Consolidate is the last month of the month, last day of the month. Example, 31st of August or 31st of August or 30th of September. Tax payable must submit E-Invoice if required within 72 hours for document transaction date. Okay, once you generate the consolidate document, you need to submit within 72 hours. Okay, all the transaction that you issue, you need to submit within 72 hours. Okay, then for all the documents that you need to submit within 72 hours, means that the document that you issue after you save, you need to submit within 72 hours. Okay, what is the time frame to submit E-Invoice assessment? Example like debit note, credit note, and refund note after 72-hour validation period. There is no time frame restrict for the company to issue E-Invoice assessment. The company may follow on company policy for any E-Invoice assessment. Example, the invoice is on January. Okay, now it's already June. Okay, the customer is come back and tell me that, okay, this one I want to do the return. Okay, the CN, you can do the return. You can issue the CN. Okay, when you issue the CN, the date you need to put as today. Then you need to do the submission 72 hours, within 72 hours. Okay, you cannot put the CN date on January. Cannot. Because and you put the invoice, your document date as January. So when you submit to LHDN, it's already over 72 hours. So the document date that you need to input is today date. Okay, then you need to submit within 72 hours. And future date also not allowed. Okay, example, now I want to get ready and submit the invoice. I want to issue the invoice for end of the June. Okay, I want to submit for LHDN also not allowed. Okay, future date also not allowed. Okay, you can set it, but your status you need to change to the open. If let's say you ask the system to help you to auto submission. So after that, when the time you want to do the submission, then you only change to the status to ready to submit. Okay, otherwise system will help you to submit too, but it will return you as invalid. Okay. Okay, if there is any Okay. Is there any timeline for submission? This I mentioned just now. You no need. Okay, as I mentioned just now, all the transaction that you issue, you need to submit within 72 hours. Okay. Can a cancellation be made in can the cancellation made in my invoice portal and to do submission again from the demo? No. Okay, all the cancellation example like your customer want to do the cancel the invoice or anything, you advise the customer, let you know, then you issue an invoice, you issue the CN for that to cancel back the transaction, the original transaction. Okay, same thing. All the things that you issue need to do within 72 hours. If they say the customer want to cancel the transaction, for example, the invoice that you submitted already. Okay, within 72 hours, if they say the customer say that they want to edit anything or else, then within 72 hours, then you can do the edit. Okay. Then next, for the purpose of including self-bill invoice, can the company consolidate all the invoice received from the same supplier? No, cannot. Self-bill invoice is not allowed for the consolidate. Okay, not allowed for consolidate. You need to issue the self-bill by each individual transaction and submit by each individual transaction. Okay, self-bill is not allowed for consolidate. Do the company need to issue e-invoice for the intercompany charge? If they say for payment on behalf, then no. If they say intercharge means that I got issue invoice to company A. Company A also another company. Then this one you need to do e-invoice submission. Okay. Okay. So then one thing I need to let you know that this one is the size limit. Size limit is size limit is defined by the LHDN. Okay. LHDN for LHDN they got control the size limit. The size limit means that, okay, example, if let's say your line, your item line is cannot more than 300 line. Okay, means that one bill, one credit note, no matter one credit note, one sell bill invoice, or your one customer invoice, the line is cannot less or over than 300. Okay, cannot over than 300. If I say you want to issue a transaction, maybe have 310 item. Okay, so you need to issue 2 bill. Okay, so this is the limitation that's set by LHDN. Okay, or else you also will get the reject by the LHDN. If let's say the size is more than the set one. Okay, so this one you also need to pay. Okay, then is an e-invoice required for return of money to buyer? If let's say you return the money to the buyers, example not, so you need to issue as the refund note. This refund note you need to issue and you need to do submission. Accept payment made wrongly by buyer, you no need to do the submission. Then overpaid by supplier, you also no need. Overpaid by the buyer, you also no need to do the E-Invoice submission or return the deposit. Return the deposit, you also no need to issue the E-Invoice. Okay, example like just now I buy for. Example, this one. Okay, this one payment we already settled. Okay, but I want to ask for request for refund one things. Okay, what you need to do is, okay, you go to the supplier module, customer module here, transaction here, customer refund. This is the new one. Okay, you click this customer refund, then you click yes, you select the customer. Okay, example. Then you want to refund on which document? Example, I want to refund on this document. Okay. Yeah. For example, 10 gig. Then I directly pay out the money for the customer. Example, cash, 100. Okay. Then you key in your reason. Okay, after that you save. Then after that, you see that the type will change to refund note. After that you submit. This is a recall refund note. Okay, this is purely refund in money. Purely refund in money. Okay, if let's say you want to issue like a credit note to contra the account, to deduct the account, then you need to key in as credit note. Okay. Okay. So if let's say for the post system also say you do the refund as normal process. You do the refund as normal process. Okay. Then can an OBRN is used to submit for E-Invoice. Okay. For now temporarily, the LHDN actually is generally we need to require for 12-digit BRN number when do the submission E-Invoice. But currently LHDN they still not talking about this one because they also having some issue with and facing some challenge to getting the new BIN from the SSN. Okay, mostly some of the customers, they still not go to update their SSN. Okay, so definitely they still using the old BIN. Okay, so but when we take the limited the BIN number with your customer, definitely if let's say if can, you require the new one. Okay, because we also don't sure that LHDN when they will do the validation for this one. Okay, so the better way is you get the new BIN from your customer. Okay. Okay. So can a generative next can the generative used to be the register type for BIN? No. If they say company is not allowed for generative only allowed for personal or foreign suppliers. Then for local company like customer, if they say they have the company one, then you need to get the TIN number, the valid TIN number with that. Okay. Then after that, what about walk-in retail customer? Okay, if they say walk-in customer, same thing. You ask them to scan the QR, generate the e-invoice by themselves. Or if they say they don't not require for the e-invoice, then you need to do the consolidate by the month end. Okay, then submit to the LHDN. Okay. We still need to submit an e-invoice if purchase is made from an individual who does not own a company. Yes, if let's say you purchase something with the individual that do not have own company, that will not conduct the business, then you need to do self-bill. Okay, it's exempted but it's conduct business, then you don't need to do any self-bill. Okay, what if the walk-in retail customer is foreigner? Then they need to submit an e-invoice as well. If foreigner want to claim e-invoice, they can scan the QR. Then select the passport. Okay, then select the passport. Then if let's say they don't want to require for e-invoice, then they don't need to do any. Then after that month end, only what you need to do is you do the consolidate and submit to the LHDN. Okay. If the customer don't want to claim the e-invoice, do we still need to issue? Yes, you need to issue. For B2B, okay, for B2B, no matter your customer is no matter your customer is one is personal or those who are exempted from the e-invoice, but you also need to do submission e-invoice because you are the one who need to do the e-invoice submission. Okay. But for the customer means that for the B2C, means that for B2C is for retail. Retail, okay, no matter same thing, no matter your customer is required for e-invoice or not, then you also need to do the submission for the consolidate by month end. Next, what if the customer come back to exchange the item or return within a week? So you just perform the transaction as normal, like in your post system, you just do the refund or exchange as normal process flow. Okay. If let's say for B2B customer, okay, next for 47, for a B2B invoice, how do I handle a refund if the customer haven't paid yet? It has made anything. If let's say your customer haven't paid yet, just issue that you want to issue the credit note. You issue the credit note, then you contract your mean that you deduct from the account. Okay, then after that the credit note you need to do submission. Okay, for cash refund to customer, next 48, for cash refund to the customer, where should the cashier enter the refund note in the post system? Okay, for the cashier side, also same thing as I mentioned just now in the post system. Post system we have the refund button. Okay, so you just click the refund button and proceed as the normal flow. Okay, this is for retail. Does the mean we need an e-invoice for all purpose? If all your purchase are from overseas. Okay, if let's say you are purchased from overseas, yes, you need to self-bill. If let's say you purchase from local supplier, then you no need to do silver. You no need to do silver. Okay, because your supplier already submit the e-invoice. Okay, what you need to do is you just get the invoice, then you just key as the transaction as normal. Okay, so when can a general thing to be viewed? The general thing must be viewed in this scenario. Okay, EI 010 is for individual Malaysia who only provide the IC. If they say the personal that don't have the TIN number, then at least you need to get the IC number from them. Okay, for Malaysia. Then for foreign supplier, okay, foreign supplier is 20. Foreign buyer is 20. Okay, the transaction. Okay, if let's say they don't have the own TIN number, then you put as 20. Then you need to put in as the passport number. Then 30 is for foreign supplier. Okay, 30 is foreign supplier. Also same foreign supplier. Okay, okay. Okay. Next, how do the company submit invoice to the customer who don't have such a thing as the foreign, like non-Malaysian? Same. You also key the TIN number as 20 for the buyer. Then you key the passport number. Okay. Or your foreign supplier, you key as 30. Okay. Okay. Next. What information should be provided for the supplier information in a sell bill invoice? If the business is the BRN is not available, input NA in place of the BRN. If key number is not available, input 30. If let's say this one is for overseas, okay. If let's say overseas, you can put in as 30. Okay. Then you can put the BRN as NA. But if let's say for like the local individual that you require for the e-submit sale bill, so you can input as E10, but you need to have their valid IC number. Okay, you need to input their IC number. Next. This one is just now I mentioned one, then skip. Okay. Next is the deposit treatment. Okay, deposit treatment. What is deposit? Okay, a lot of you will ask for what is the deposit. Okay, mostly of you will receive the deposit. Deposit we have to. Deposit is refundable or non-refundable. Okay, refundable deposit, then you no need to issue e-invoice. If let's say deposit is not refundable, actually you need to request for the e-invoice submission. Okay, this is what guidelines that required by LHDN. Okay, the deposit not refundable like your repayment. Example, I issue invoice to this customer A around 10,000, 10K. Okay, so I require the deposit from this customer is 5K. So this 5K actually you need to do the e-invoice for the submission. Okay, this is the requirement that required by LHDN. Okay. Then after that, you just remaining the invoice for the another 5,000 for the next submission when you issue the invoice. Okay, this is the deposit treatment between refundable and non-refundable. Okay, after that, like consolidate as we mentioned just now, consolidate is for B to C, means that for retail one. For retail one, you can do the consolidate submission invoice. But they have seven type of business industry is not allowed for e-invoice consolidate. If let's say you are selling motor vehicle, you are not allowed to do console. Like sale of air ticket or private hotel, also not allowed. Okay, luxury good or jewelry also same, not allowed. Okay, construction contractor also not allowed. Then wholesaler and retailer for construction material also not allowed. Okay, license, betting, and gaming. And payment to agent, dealer, or distributor. Payment to agent and distributor means that like you pay out the commission. You pay out the incentive to your dealer. This one you also not allowed to do consolidate. Okay, you need to submit individual transaction. So next, this one as mentioned just now, payment on behalf. Payment on behalf, no need to do the submission invoice between the companies. Okay. Next is the sale bill treatment. Sale bill treatment, as we mentioned just now, only this X type is required for sale bill E-Invoice. Not you suka, then you issue the E-Invoice, not you suka, issue the sale bill, then submit. Okay? Only this 8 condition you need to do the sale bill. Okay? First is payment to agent or dealer. Like you pay out like your buyer that make the payment. Like you pay out your commission, your incentive to your agent, dealer, and distributor. Then this thing you need to do sale bill. Okay? Is example, then second is the goods sold or service rendered by foreign supplier. Example, you buy from overseas. This one you also need to do sale bill. Then third, profit distributor, dividend distributor, which taxpayer that make the distribution. Means that your company, if let's say your company has paid out the profit distribution, this one you also need to do sale bill. Okay, then e-commerce. E-commerce, as I mentioned just now, okay, like example, like Lazada got charge you the service charge. If they say Lazada provide you invoice, then you no need to do sale bill. If they say Lazada didn't provide you any invoice, then you need to do sale bill. Okay. Then pay out all betting and gaming winner. If they say you are licensing betting gaming provider, then you need to do the sale bill. Okay, acquisition good or service from the individual taxpayer who are not conduct a business. If they say you purchase something from the individual who that do not conduct the business, then you need to do sale bill. Even though you pay out the salary, the wages for the kakak, then you also need to do sale bill. Okay, all your subcons that are not under agency one. Actually, that one you also need to do sale bill. Okay, but all these things if let's say you're not sure, you may consult with your tax agent. Okay, you may consult with your tax agent. Okay, and the claim and compensation, all these things. Okay, only this 8 type you need to do sale bill. Other than that, you no need to do sale bill. Next, okay, so for the sale bill, actually for the sale bill, they have their own classification code. Okay, these are the sale bill own classification code 033, 034, 035, 036, and 037. If let's say you do your key in, the thing that you key in from the like overseas one, or maybe you see that it's good overseas importation good or service. If let's say goods, then you put in at 034. If let's say service 025, 035. If let's say like sale bill other like you pay you sale bill for like landlord who not conducting the business, pay out the kakak salary, all these things. So you can put it as 036. Sale bill others. If let's say you sell bill for the payment to the agent, monetary payment to the agent, dealer, or distribution, then you need to put it as 037. Okay, this is the classification for the sale bill. Okay, so next, this is the expenses claim. Expenses started as I mentioned just now. Okay, if let's say you receive let's say your employee, okay, your staff go to buy something, okay, and come back to claim with you. So if let's say they able to get the e-invoice under the company name, Okay, that one is good. Okay, if they say they're not able to get the E-invoice under the company name, okay, under the employee name, okay, also can. Because the employee is your staff, as long as you can prove to LHDN that this employee is your staff. Okay, if let's say the employee take their husband or wife invoice and claim to you, that one definitely not allowed, because the husband and wife is not your employee. Okay, just the view that as long as you can prove that this is your employee, then that this is a valid one. You just treat transaction as well. Okay, if let's say if they say another situation example, if you cannot get any invoice, okay, you just get the normal transaction bills. That one also can. Okay, you just keep as well. Okay. Okay, then that one also you no need to do any selling. Okay. Then another thing is the voucher or gift card. Like example, I got sell the voucher one. Okay, I sell the voucher. When I sell the voucher, I do the submission for the LHDN. Okay, but now customer want to use the voucher and redeem it. Okay, that one we need to tell the LHDN, that one we need to treat it as the prepayment. Okay, so in our system here, okay, like you have the loyalty point. That one also we can exclude from the E-invoice submission. Okay, so I mean that when you create the payment method, post payment method, here you go to post management, set up, then post payment type, this one, exclude E-invoice amount. Okay, once you tick it, so when we perform the transaction, like you redeem the point, okay, example, some of the customer, they got 1 ringgit 1 point, then after that when you have 1,000 point, then you can redeem around 10 ringgit. That 10 ringgit, you would need to tell the system, we need to tell the LHDN, actually this one is the prepayment amount. Okay, so system will treat it as a prepayment amount and submit to the LHDN. Okay, next. So I will share you some the troubleshooting and the common thing that you always facing one. Okay, example like you seeing like this information like this one. Okay, example like you the left hand side one. Okay, example you see like this one. Okay, one thing you need to make sure is, okay, your portal means that your MyTax portal, the intermediary, is it valid or not valid? Okay, if they say you're not sure, maybe you can contact the support agent or to help you to verify it. Okay, if they say then after that you can check your date, the authorized dates. Is it the authorized date is already over? Then all these things you need to make sure. If they say all the things that you check all things is valid, so if they say still have promptly message, then you can contact us. May contact your support agent. Okay. Then after that, next you see the this one. Okay, this is the thing that we also always facing. Like example, I already done the submission, but sometimes maybe it's some internet issue. So I click again, then we are every inside the return me as duplicate submission. But in this case, you only need to do is once you click one time, okay, you just wait for maybe a couple of minutes. Maybe sometimes it's LHDN side that server having some issue. So you no need to click the submit button. Okay, you just wait for a few minutes. After that, you will retry again. Okay, next. If let's say you see that the status in the submitted means that you already submit the document for the LHDN, but you yet get the ready you still yet get the status approval from the LHDN, so you just need to wait. Okay, actually we in our system we also will help you to get the status every 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes system will help you to retry with the LHDN, connect to the LHDN to get your status. So actually this one you also no need to do anything. Okay, once you see this, and then after that you just leave it. Then after maybe few minutes later, then you go to see, you go to check. Then one thing will cause the rejection, will cause the submission fail. Also say the postal job. Okay, postal code you need as long as need minimum 5 digit and maximum also 5 digit. Okay, contact number no space no dash. Okay, example you need to like this. Then email you need a legit email format. Okay, if you don't have email, just leave it back. If let's say maybe sometime you do the submission, then you are facing like return the message like we are currently experiencing technical issue. Please try later. Have some error. All these things. All these things is maybe the internet connection have issue or the LHDN server down. So what you think you need to do is just wait until the LHDN they recover back their server. Then you only can do the submission. Then this is the for E-Invoice, that means that the QR one. And then the QR one actually if let's say you facing like this issue, okay, so that you just let the customer because we have the option to control that okay this QR is can long lasting until until when? Okay, like okay, for the QR in the cashier receipt, the invoice request begins 30 days or 7 days based on the user setting cut off date. Okay, we have set the cut off date. Example, I cut off the date. Okay, either by last day, first day, second day, or third day. Okay, before I do the submission, so that okay, when your customer scan the QR, if let's say they request the QR after the cut-off date, then system will come this message. This is what setting that you can set in the SAP so that in order your customer can get they can scan the QR before the cut-off date. So okay. So that's all things that we want to sharing for today. So okay, so thank you and have a nice day. So now I'll pass back to the Eunice.
Thanks, Mercy, for the sharing. It's a very thorough sharing for almost 3 hours because we try to cover as much as questions that possible. So my colleague already answered mostly all of the questions at the chat box there and a Q&A. Just would like to say that our section of our Q&A is already ended. But if you have more questions that maybe it's out of our coverage from the point of system view lah, and you have more questions accordingly to your own operation, we are actually have this exclusive offer to all the smart users. You can book your section with this Mr. Simon Yan. He is tax manager and have more than 20 years in managing this tax and accounting and conducted over 40 e-invoice seminar. So for the consultation with him normally will cost maybe 4 digit per day, but only exclusive to our user. So he give out the one-to-one clinic web section for 60 minutes only for 199. So to book your slot, you may scan this QR to register your interest, and then we will Mr. Ngan will contact you personally to make the availability. So make sure that your organization is prepared for this e-invoice implementation transaction from the July. Okay. Okay, so the PDF that the material we shared just now, we will email to the registered email that in this for this e-invoice webinar later on. And so you may refer back the material for your reference. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Thank you everyone for your time. Sorry for occupy your lunchtime. You may now off for the lunch and welcome back to follow our Facebook, our channel. So if we have any more webinars like covering e-invoice or not, then you may join us for next time. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.